You remember when you was a kid and your parents told you not to touch the stove? It was hot, but you ain't want to listen. You said, oh, I just want to see what's up. Welcome back to another Iron Sharpens Iron video. Today's topic, y'all, is a lesson not learned is a situation repeated. So I gotta say that one more time. A lesson not learned is a situation repeated. So you went through something, you went through a struggle, you messed up, but you didn't learn that lesson. So then you gotta repeat that situation again.
Proverbs 26:11. As a dog returneth to his vomit, so a fool returneth to his folly.
See, sometimes God will show you something just for you to not do anything. I know that may be hard. The hardest thing to do is to do nothing at all. And I know I'm preaching to somebody. You're going through a situation, something is happening to you in life, and the hardest thing for you to do is to do nothing. That's literally the hardest thing, because you want to respond to what they said. They said some out of line stuff. You want to say something. You want to respond. They did something. They did you dirty. You want to retaliate. You know, you're going through something. You want to express something. You want to do something. But sometimes the best thing and the hardest thing is to do nothing. God will put situations in your life. He'll show you something just for you to be like, oh, okay. All right, I got to know my place. I know God is already on the case. He's taking care of me. I don't need to do nothing. He's going to show you something. He's going to be like, so this is going to happen. And then you'll see it. It'll come to you. You'll see it. You'll be like, Jesus, they really, come on. You showed me that last week. You told me this was going to happen. All right. Nah, I ain't even got to do nothing. It's out of my hands. You know, you just like a good neighbor, Jesus Christ is there. All you got to do is sit back and let him do it. Because you're like, okay, I don't have to do nothing. Jesus already showed me this. He told me they was going to act like that. He told me this situation was this is the outcome that was going to happen. So all I got to do is sit back and let God do his thing. See, every time something happens, we think we got to take care of it. Somebody that did something, now you feel like you always have to do something. But really, God is saying, man, get out of the way. Let me do it. Let me do it, because you're going to mess it up. When you encounter a situation and it don't bother you at all, you'll never go through that situation again. Because a lesson unlearned is a situation repeated. So if you didn't learn your lesson, this encounter happened and it still bothered you, you still got to announce your growth. Man, ooh, I'm so glad I got Jesus, because if this would have been 2-3 years ago, I would have killed him. Oh man, I'm so glad God has blessed me and changed my ways, because if this would have been 3 months ago, I would have stolen. If this would have been 5 months ago, oh man, I used to be a cursing job turkey. If you still got to announce your growth, then that situation still bothers you. You still haven't got past that lesson. You got half the blessing because you only did half the lesson. So you got to go back and do the whole lesson so you can get the whole blessing. And the whole blessing will be you never have to encounter that again. If you know the last 3 boyfriends you dated, you met at the club and it was all job turkeys, why are you going to go back to the club thinking you're going to get a different result? You know ain't nothing but job turkeys in the club. Why you think you're going to get another? You still fishing in the same pond expecting to get a different fish. That's crazy. You haven't learned it. You're going to keep going to it. You the dog going back to the vomit. You know there's nothing good there. There's nothing good where you're going, but you're going to keep going back there expecting a different outcome.
Psalms 119:71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes.
You remember when you was a kid and your parents told you not to touch the stove? It was hot, but you ain't want to listen. You said, oh, I just want to see what's up. Oh man, that's hot. And they're like, I told you that already. And then you learn not to touch the stove again. So this is just like that scripture saying, it's good that I was afflicted so that I may learn your statutes, meaning I know the way now. I learned what to do. You know, sometimes you're going to go through struggles that you need to go through just so you know, all right, I know to not date no fool job turkey like this again. So I'm going to stop going to the club because there's only job turkeys in the club. I know that, you know, she ain't nothing but good. You know, I can see that now. So I know the next one, if she doing the same thing the last one did, I know to leave her alone. She ain't nothing but a hoochie. I know that the last time I was hanging around Lil Ray Ray and them, it put me in this situation. I don't want to go through that again. So now I know not to do the same thing anymore. You get afflicted, you go through a struggle, and you learn not to do it anymore. So that's good that you went through that struggle, long as you learned your whole lesson, so you don't have to go back and do it again. If you still hanging around Lil Ray Ray and them, and you still getting put in the back of the cop car, you didn't learn your lesson. You didn't learn it. That's why it keeps happening again and again. The cycle keeps going. You never learned it. If you didn't learn that all those boys that you meet in the club of job turkeys, you're going to keep going back to job turkey dudes. If you didn't learn that the last one was a hoochie and you go looking for the same thing, you go into the same pond thinking to get a different result, all of them gonna be there's nothing but hoochies in that pond. That's a hoochie pond. That's the only thing there, so you're gonna keep getting that.
Matthew 1:29 and 30. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light.
See, this scripture, man, it's so good. And you know, all the really good scriptures, the ones that make you go, oh, hold on now. Oh man, them scriptures, those are Jesus. Yes, this is in red writing, ladies and gentlemen, you better believe it. So Jesus is saying, won't you come to me with your afflictions and, your burdens? Take my yoke upon you, because mine is easy and it's light. My burden is light. You going through struggles? Go to him. Stop seeking everybody else's opinion when they stuff don't matter. Go to God and he'll go to Jesus, and he's saying he'll put you to rest. You going through that struggle, you keep on doing the fool, you keep on hanging out with Lil Ray Ray and them, learn how to say no to them and say yes to God. So you know what? All right, I done hung out with Lil Ray Ray and I done went to jail 9 out of 9 times. Let me go and hang out with Jesus and put his burden upon me. He said his yoke is easy. I want the easy yoke. Do you want the hard yoke or the easy yoke? I'm just saying. It makes sense, right? Right or wrong, true or false. If he got the easy yoke, wouldn't you want that? Remember, he got the keys to heaven. So, if I'm already following the man that got the keys to heaven, I'm going to take his easy yoke as well, just so that my life is easier. Tell y'all, a lot of the things that we're going through in life, a lot of the situations that we have, we put ourselves in there. It's a whole bunch of bad decisions. Man, I think I need to make a whole video about bad decisions. But it's a lot of bad decisions that we do. We put ourselves in those situations. You got to learn your whole lesson so you can get the whole blessing, so you don't have to go back to doing that same thing. Because again, I'm telling y'all, if you don't get your full lesson, you're going to get half the blessing. And you're going to have to go through that same situation again. And then you're going to be wondering, why does this keep happening to me? Why am I still getting the same outcome? That's because you're going to the same pond. Man, I pray this message woke somebody up. Clear, it shocked somebody. If you learned something from this, please share this information. Iron sharpens iron. Help out your neighbors. A lot of us, y'all, a lot of us struggle with things like this. We don't fully learn our lesson, so we keep going through this vicious cycle of continuing the same thing again and again and again. So we got to learn how to break that cycle, break those chains, get away from that. And the only way you can do it is you go to Jesus with it. You go to Jesus with your problems. You give all your stuff to him. You take off all your heavy load. You got the world on your shoulders. You say, Jesus, I'm tired. I can't do it no more. You give it to him, and then he gonna say, okay, well, I'll take this world. That's nothing. Here's this easy little yoke. And you're like, oh, man, I don't even feel it. It's like it's nothing, because he just said his yoke is easy, man. It's easy, y'all. It's easy. Tell somebody about how great God is, how wonderful Jesus is, how you want that easy yoke. Go to him with your burdens. He's gonna take care of you. Remember, Jesus is the only way. I don't know if I ever told y'all that before, but Jesus is the only way. So if you don't have Jesus, you don't have the way. You got death. I don't want to go to hell. I don't want y'all to go to hell. I don't want anybody to go to hell. So tell somebody about Jesus, how he's the only way to escape hell. And as always, y'all, we're too blessed to be stressed. Stay blessed by the best. Don't forget to pray for the rest of y'all. And until next time.